If you've noticed something that's unusual for you that wasn't there before and that you found out of the ordinary, or any of the symptoms that we know can be linked sometimes to cancer, the best thing to do is to see your GP and get yourself checked out.
In many cases, it'll turn out not to be cancer at all, because often the symptoms of cancer can be symptoms of other illnesses as well. But it doesn't do any harm at all to get them checked out to be on the safe side.
When I talk to people, they do seem to be very frightened sometimes that they may have something serious the matter when they've noticed a symptom. But there are lots of other non-serious conditions that can cause similar symptoms to cancer. My experience of being worried about things myself is that when you put things off, it doesn't make you any less worried. And avoiding doing anything just means that you actually usually get more worried. At the end of the day, however frightening, potentially frightening something is, doing nothing about it isn't really going to help. So the best thing to do is to get yourself checked out.
Sometimes people can feel embarrassed about a particular symptom they've got, particularly if it's of a very personal nature. But it's important to remember that healthcare professionals, like doctors and like all the nurses on my team, we've seen it all and we've heard it all. What we're really interested in trying to find out if there's anything the matter with you. So, don't be embarrassed about telling us anything at all about what's happening to you. And it may be that it's some of the more personal things that actually are the most important things to let the doctor know about.
You can ask for the same-sex GP to see you. And when you ask for an appointment with a receptionist, you don't have to tell the receptionist what it is that you want to see the doctor about. We all lead such busy lives and we have so many commitments that we're trying to fulfill all the time, so many balls we're trying to juggle, that it's easy to let health drop. And it's the ball that we should never let drop, actually, because if we're not healthy, we're not going to be able to do anything else. So if you've got a concern about your health, that should be your priority. That's your biggest ball. That's the one to go and get sorted out. Some people worry that they're going to be wasting their doctor's time if they go to see them with a list of symptoms. But you're never really wasting your doctor's time, because unless you go and see your doctor, you don't know if there's anything serious the matter. And getting some peace of mind isn't wasting time.
It's useful to do some preparation before you go and see the doctor if you've got a health problem of any kind. One of the things that you can do is perhaps make a short written diary about what the signs and symptoms are that you're concerned about.
It's a good idea to be prepared, thinking things through, thinking what's been happening, remembering all the symptoms you've had, how often you've had them, and remembering to mention everything that's been going on, not just the symptoms that you think are important.
Sometimes it can be difficult to know what to expect when you go and see the doctor if you've got some symptoms that you're concerned about. What would usually happen is the doctor will ask you some more questions and try to find out exactly what's been going on. In some situations, they might also do a physical examination to see if they can tell whether there's anything significant happening to you. Sometimes they might want to refer you on to some further tests, or even perhaps make an appointment for you to see a specialist. But in other situations, it might be absolutely fine for them to say to you, well, if this problem that you've got doesn't clear up in a little while, come back to me. Because occasionally it can be quite reasonable that the symptoms you've got are caused by something else. If the symptoms or the things that you've concerned about haven't gone away or have got worse in any way, then it is important to go back and see your doctor again. Even if the last time you saw them they felt they weren't significant.
The idea of knowing about the symptoms linked to cancer and also knowing your body so that you can spot anything out of the ordinary and go and see the doctor if you do, is to try and pick up cancers when they're at an early stage and they're more likely to be successfully treated. It's not a guarantee, but it's a good way of looking after yourself. So if there's something you need to act on, get going.